Hi, Tesla. It's my life. I'm David Quakenbush, and I'm a Denver, Colorado-based videographer and digital media artist.
Tell us a little bit about the Aurora Vortex.
The Aurora Vortex is this sort of interactive light toy that I made. It's funnest when it has a large screen or a big projection, and it sort of watches you, and then you can light paint or draw or create sort of ephemeral works just by moving your body around. People react to it in like one of two ways. Either they're really confused and don't know what's going on, or they instantly just start playing in it. Like they're sort of drawn in to what it is, and then they see themselves in the projection, and then they just sort of start screwing around in it. And it's fun. I think if you try to think too hard about it, it's just going to hurt your head. And it really, almost by design, I want to make it so that it starts off with a little bit of mystery. You're not sure what's going on, and then it sort of forces you to turn into sort of your inner 5-year-old and just play with it. It's not something that has necessarily a purpose or an outcome, and you can't really like analyze why it's interesting, but if you sort of open yourself up to it, it's exciting and very engaging to just experiment in and to play in. It came out of sort of a light painting photography project, and then it turned into a light painting video project, and it's sort of been mutating the last couple of years. This is kind of where it's at right now.
So tell me about the first time you tried this.
The first time I tried this, I had some studio space in the Santa Fe Art District, and I had been doing some projections in there and some photography with somebody inside of just projected light, and I thought it would be really interesting to get them into sort of a video projection. So we had like moving shapes and lines and things, and the model would pose in them, and we did a lot of photography that way. So all of the ingredients were there, and one weekend I just thought it would be really interesting to see what would happen if I pointed the camera, a video camera, into the screen and then had somebody moving around in there. So the first version of the Aurora Vortex was really just video feedback. It was really an organic kind of analog system, and over the course of that first weekend we narrowed down how to make it sort of look interesting, and it was really compelling to see. And the screen was 20 feet wide, so it was your whole field of view. And then over the course of all of 2015, we ran it on First Fridays, sort of at every art walk night, and people kept coming back to it month after month, so I think it was pretty successful. And after a little while I thought, well, I wonder if I can make this thing software based. I wonder if I could just make it so that it's more portable. So instead of having to have a giant black room to operate it in, it could be something you just need a little like inexpensive camera and some processing power and a screen to make it work. And so that was my project sort of off and on this year, is getting it kind of to the state that it's at now.
So you wrote all code for the whole thing?
I did write it, and it would have been sort of impossible to write without first doing the analog version and spending a lot of time getting to understand exactly what was going on in that video feedback. And so now I'm simulating all of that. Plus, I can control it sort of in more detailed ways because I sort of have written functions that are handling all of that.
From your original idea to what you're doing now, like how has it changed? Like how has it like mutated?
Well, it's constantly mutating, and the thing is, it's not a process where I sit down and I think, well, I want to make this effect happen, and then I work diligently to make that specific thing happen. It's like it's play, and you tinker with it, and so there's always sort of spin-off projects or happy accidents that happen out of what you're working on. Take it in an unanticipated direction, and sometimes those are way more interesting than where you were planning to take it initially. So you drop whatever that old idea was, you work on the new thing, and something else spins out of that, and so you follow that next new path because it suddenly is much more interesting than what you were working on before. And so it really is just sort of this sort of chain reaction of different experiments that all kind of just build on top of each other.
So you're in the next Plethora show. Did you guys narrow down exactly what you were going to do?
We may or may not have it also as part of a stage performance. So there will be like people on stage, and then the Vortex will be interacting with them also. So I'm not sure. It's kind of the same process as where the Vortex came from. It's kind of in flux, and we really won't know for sure what we're doing until the day. It's fun. It's kind of sort of like visual karaoke, where you and your friends can sort of jump in and experiment and take turns. It's a good time. Go to auroravortex.com where you can see some demo videos, and then I also have some contact information there. So if you want to, either you have an event coming up and you want me to come and set it up, or if you're interested in an exhibition, you can reach me through that website, auroravortex.com.